Good morning, Hoyas!
I'm Katie Hunt.
And I'm Christine Dang.
And you're watching Catching Up with Carl. So Christine, how does it feel to be a senior?
I'm glad that I made it to senior year, but at the same time, it's been very stressful with college applications, especially since there was just a deadline.
Lucky for you, we have a lot in store today, including coverage over the most recent deadline.
Lucky for you, we have a lot of short. What a relief! We have an inside scoop on the staff with Jonathan covering Joseph Friedrich and Emma with Robert Thompson on the Receiving Teacher of the Month.
Oh, and don't forget about the EOCs and all that entails with Zoe and Aaliyah.
With the end of the year coming up, we have fun ways to celebrate the holidays, like giving back to our communities. And don't you have information on the homeless drive, Katie?
I do, and I know Lily knows about the Do Good December hosted by the Chick-fil-A Leadership Academy, and Gianna is in the know with the 4 Jingle Jog. There are so many things that entail with the holidays. Don't forget about what people of the Jewish faith are doing this holiday season.
Oh, and someone is receiving their gift early this holiday season. Congratulations to Miss Riley and her new baby. Stay tuned to hear more.
Congratulations to Miss Riley and her baby. I know you've been super busy with the homeless drive. What have you been up to?
Oh, I've been busy with being a senior. Being a senior has really kept my schedule full. And with college coming up, I'm going crazy. And speaking of deadlines, let's have Caitlin tell us about the recent one.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Taylor with Hoya Journalism. The December deadline for college applications just hit, so today we are going to talk about applying for college for those who haven't yet.
How long a student should work on their applications is kind of like dependent on each application, right? So KSU's application, you might be able to whip out in 45 minutes, whereas an application that requires an essay and requires teacher letter of recommendation letters might take you a little bit longer. So that's why it's important to kind of check out the application, because depending on what the school's requiring, that's how long you want to spend getting all your materials together. First thing they can do is they can always come see their counselor. So anytime a student kind of stops and is like, wait, I don't know what this application is asking or what I need to submit, send a quick email, stop by and see us. We're happy to help. Your first thing you're going to do is, let's just say I want to apply to, let's stick with KSU. So I want to apply to KSU. I'm going to go to KSU's website. They're going to have everything laid out, what they want from you in order to apply. I'm going to hit apply here. Then I'm going to start their application.
Wow, it feels like yesterday I was a freshman. Harrison is such a big part of my life.
Yeah, I've only been here 2 years and it's already such a big part of my life. I wonder how the staff feels. I do know Joseph Friedrich has been working here since the school has started, and Jonathan got to talk to him.
Mr. Frederick is the lunch manager here at Harrison High School. His job is to maintain, manage, and produce the food here.
I have worked with him a long time. I was here when he first started here working as a food service assistant, and then he went on to be a manager. And I really enjoyed him being a manager here. He's taught me a lot.
Now let's see what Mr. Frederick has to say.
Everything that I have done here at Harrison has really been to the credit of my staff. For those of you that have never worked in food service or what goes beyond the scene, this is a really very difficult job, because to feed 2,200 students within 2 hours in 4 lunch periods is, a very important thing that we do, but also, regardless of what happens, we don't get the food that gets delivered that we order, or something happens, we still have to feed you.
I'm Jonathan Songzi with Hoya Journalism. Back to the desk.
We thank him for all of his hard work.
We have an amazing staff here at Harrison, like Robert Thompson, who got Teacher of the Month. Here's Emma with the Inside Scoop with Mr. Thompson.
Hey Hoya, this is Emma Plummer with Hoya Journalism. We sure do love our teachers here at Harrison. Let's show some appreciation to our Teacher of the Month, Mr. Robert Thompson.
He's got a very funny sense of humor. He's a great teacher. He's very creative. He brings in a lot of kind of popular culture things and makes economics, which is not exactly a very exciting subject, he can make it come alive. I think he's very professional and very diligent about doing what he needs to do. I like the fact that as our department leader, he's very good about making sure we understand our expectations, but he's also very good about treating us as professionals.
Wow, Mr. Thompson is such a great teacher.
Christine, I hate to change subjects, but a lot of things are changing, like the EOCs.
Way to be a party pooper, Katie.
I know, but it's great information to have. Let's go to Zoe and Aaliyah, who know all about it.
Hi Hoyas, it's Zoe Shaban reporting for Hoya Journalism. This week, the freshmen are taking their first ever EOC, the Algebra 1 EOC. Let's take a look on how they think they're going to do and get some extra study tips for some upperclassmen. How do you feel about taking your first ever EOC?
Stressed. I think what it is I think I'm more prepared for it than I have been for any other test. Prepared us really well, and I think she's tutoring us and teaching us a bunch of stuff and test taking strategies that are amazing, but everything just went so fast.
Test tips are to have a good breakfast, to get lots of sleep, so charge your calculator.
I usually just pull up like Quizlet or quizzes.
My test tips are drinking a lot of water and ahead of time to study.
Thank you so much. Now back to desk.
Should we pause for? Okay. There you go.
Reporting in with an encouraging message on Do Good December from Mr. TJ Hartnett.
So 2 years ago was my first year co-sponsoring the club. We didn't have the club in the COVID times of 2020-21. But 2 years ago, we did a similar drive that we're doing this year, but it was to
with him, and he's been giving out like test prep stuff and study guides and all that good stuff. I think I'll pass. You know, I'm not going to be like, the star student, but I will pass.
So at the beginning of the year, Mr. Lichio separated us into 4 different groups of 8 students. So within those group of 8 students, we study together, sort of as a study group. We do study guides together, and it helps us prepare for the exam. I feel I'm going to do pretty good. We studied a lot, and so I'm confident that all that studying will help me.
Well, Hoyas, now that you've had an inside look on what Lichio is doing for EOCs and AP exams this year,
Wow, I'm so glad to learn about this.
Enough talk about EOCs and testing. Let's bring some joy to the show and talk about some great charity events.
Like the Ford Jingle Jog.
Hi, this is Lydia Zaraga reporting in with an encouraging message on Do Good December from Mr. TJ Hartnett.
So 2 years ago was my first year co-sponsoring the club. We didn't have the club in the COVID times of 2020-21. But 2 years ago, we did a similar drive that we're doing this year, but it was to benefit Children's Hospital. And the students gathered a lot of cool donations. They brought it over, they dropped it off, and I think it was very much appreciated. It was really awesome to see. Anything is helpful. Take a look at the list on the flyers. It's not anything that has to cost you an arm and a leg. Every little bit helps these people who are, suffering, who are victims, and I think a little bright light during the holiday season, even if it's a dim light, whatever you can give is helpful. On that, if you want to help just smile at somebody, be kind to everybody. A friendly act can really turn somebody's day around.
With Hoya Journalism, and let's see what some people in our community are doing to help out other people around us.
I think it's been really beneficial because there's so many people in need and don't have access to as many things, and so people will go and donate items, and then me and some volunteers will go and put the bags together, and then we'll bring them back to the school for people to pick them up, and then we'll leave the bags in your car, and they aren't big, and then you as you drive around and you see someone in need or someone homeless, you can just go and hand it out to them.
I enjoyed contributing to this cause because it let me see the community as a brighter place for all. I like to benefit others, especially around me in this area.
Auction on perishable foods like peanut butter crackers, things like that. Toothbrush and toothpaste.
I'm Katie Hunt with Hoya Journalism. Back to the desk. People really can do great things over the holidays.
Oh yeah, there are so many things people do to celebrate the holidays.
With an event like the Ford Jingle Jog.
Oh dear, I can never imagine running a 5K so early in the morning.
I see what you did there. Thankfully, we weren't there, but Gianna was.
Let's find out how it went.
Hoyas, it's Gianna with Hoya Journalism. I went to Jingle Jog at Ford Elementary. Let's go check it out.
It was a lot of fun. I had a really good time. It was nice to cheer on everyone during the race. You know, it's a really good atmosphere out here, so I'm glad I got to do it.
I did this race for the fun of it. I was expecting around a 21 minute. I guess I haven't been running much, so I just did it for the fun of it. I wasn't trying to get the L for anything. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
It feels so good. It's so great now that I run cross country. I always wanted to do the Jingle Jog when I was little, and I never got around to doing it in elementary school. So it's so cool to come back here and see all my teachers and see my old school, and just feels so great to finish the race.
What a fun way to start off the holiday season. I know I'm happy it's here.
Girl, me too. I wonder what people of the Jewish faith are doing this holiday season. I think Jackson knows all about it. Let's see what he learned.
I'm Jackson, and even though it just ended, I feel like we all need a better understanding of what the holiday is actually about. Here's a look at some Hanukkah traditions.
Hanukkah is the story of the Maccabiah. I'm pretty sure, because the tradition is they were taking refuge in the temple and the oil lasted for 8 days. So that's how you celebrate the 8 days of Hanukkah. It just means tradition and celebration of family. Yeah, but it's just like, you know, something I do outside of school. Like, you know, you go to church outside of school and everything, so.
I have an excellent menorah that's shaped like a Tyrannosaurus. I call it my Menorahsaurus, and we light the candles. It was a special thing that we did growing up that not a lot of other families did, but it kind of connected me with my mom's side of the family because I don't live near any of them in a way that I otherwise wasn't connected to. When I was a kid, I got presents from my parents, but they don't do that anymore.
That's so mean. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you learned a little bit. Back to the desk.
There's 8 days of Hanukkah. They must receive so many gifts.
I wish I could be that lucky.
Speaking of gifts, someone is anticipating their gift early this holiday season. Miss Riley, and Morgan has an insight on how it's going so far.
I really liked Miss Riley as a teacher. I feel she's very like expressive. Like, I really liked her attitude, and I really liked the way, just her personality. She's a great teacher.
I just think that like she has a fun way of just like being a teacher and like being like a sponsor. She just, I don't know, she's like really fun to be around. Like she's just that kind of teacher.
It definitely was hard to leave everybody, right? Because I like being home, but I also miss all of you guys, and I miss my, my Honors World kids too, just as much. So it's definitely hard to do that, and leave the friends that I've made, at work and all that good stuff. But I know this is the time that I needed with her, the ability to, accept people for who they are. And I think if you accept who you are, it's easier for you to accept other people.
We're all really happy for her. We all really miss her. She was a great teacher.
Congratulations to them. Keeping up with a baby seems like a workout.
Speaking of workout, are you doing a sport, Katie?
In fact, I play beach volleyball, but I wonder what's happening with Harrison sports recently.
I know just the two people who can help you with that. Here's Katie Williams and Noah Anderson with sports, right after this break.
Hey Hoyas!
I'm Raymond Calra.
And I'm Madison Head.
And we're the hosts of the new Harrison High School podcast, Today in 10. We upload new episodes every single week talking about our Harrison community
and our Hoya Vision community.
And we don't want you to miss out on any of it, and you can tune in anytime on
Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
And we hope to see you for our new episode next week. Bye, Hoyas.
2.
What is up, Hoyas? I'm Noah Anderson.
And I'm Katie Williams. We're so stoked to show you a glimpse into Harrison's athletics, considering COVID-19 happened last year and a lot of seasons had been canceled.
Same. It's been such a thrill to see people showing up and showing out for the Hoyas this season.
I even heard there was another Hoya Nation that comes to the flag football team's games. People have been showing an increased amount of support for women's sports. That is so cool.
Speaking of flag football, this is their inaugural season, so the amount of support from them can only go up from here. Let's hear from our friend Burke, who's going to tell us all about it.
Hey Hoyas, the Harrison High School flag football team just finished their first ever season. I got the opportunity to talk to Coach Tucker and a couple of the senior captains on the team about how they think their first season went.
So I was actually really excited to get this team started because I love football. I think it's a fantastic sport. And then when I noticed that GHSA recognized it as a sport for a women's program, I knew that we had to include it at Harrison, and I'm very excited that it's finally here.
Flag football is really fun, so I really love playing it. And it was new here. I've never actually played, so it was really fun just playing something new and just getting that athletic kind of drive.
I've enjoyed it so much, and we have such a great leader for Coach Minda. She teaches us and prays with us, and it's such a strong group of girls, such good people.
Do it. Don't hesitate. You should definitely come out and try out for flag football next year. We have so much fun. I think that it's a fantastic sport, and like I said, it's just beginning.
The Hoya flag football team had a very successful first season and are looking forward to more success in the future. I'm Burke Reed with Hoya Journalism.
It is so crazy how they created such a successful team considering it was their first season.
Yes, I agree, Noah. We wish luck to our ladies as they finish up their season towards the end of December.
December means that basketball season is now getting started.
These Hoyas have been laying it all out on the hardwood, and Caroline is going to give us an inside look into the men's basketball team.
Hoyas, I'm Caroline Bird with Hoya Journalism, and I'm here to show you an inside look on how men's basketball is doing this season and a perspective from one of the basketball cheerleaders.
We've been challenged early, so we've been playing good teams. But I feel like we've gotten closer as a group and we're good against together. So, yeah.
I like basketball cheer, and it's a lot different from football cheer because there's a lot more going on, and you can switch from offense to defense really fast. So you have to be paying attention and know what cheers you're ready to call and when to switch.
I'm looking forward to region play and trying to make it to our state tournament. I like this group of guys we got. I feel like we're like the closest we've been in like a couple years.
I'm excited to see how the rest of the season plays out and how the basketball players can improve and work together to win more games.
All right, Hoyas, that's all I got for you today. I can't wait to see how the basketball season plays out. Back to you, Des.
We are so excited for things to come this season, but those aren't the only ballers in the Hoya Center. The Lady Hoyas have been off to a great start this season, and I got the chance to interview a couple of essential people to making the Hoya Lady basketball program as successful as it has been. Let's take a look. Katie Williams from Hoya Journalism, and today I'm talking to the Lady Hoyas basketball team to see what makes their program so special.
We're really family oriented and we click really well, so we play better together. Cheer too, we're really small, so we have to be able to figure out how to get rebounds and win without our height.
We have a really good bond, and we are all like good friends, so we work well together.
A lot of these players have overcome short-term and long-term issues with injuries and other stuff, and they are learning how to play through injuries, play through adversity. They've been playing together for a long time. So this team is one of the best examples I've ever seen of relationships. They are all very, very on board with one another as far as friendships, and they can separate how they feel and how they operate on the court and off the court. And so they do a really good job with that.
I was so honored to talk to some of the coolest people on campus. They bring so much positive energy to the athletics program.
They sure are a force to look out for.
Speaking of force, let me just say that our football team did so awesome this season.
The boys finished up the season about 3 weeks ago, and it was a long and emotional ride. So many trials and tribulations, and I got to talk to some of the players and coaches. Let's take a look.
Hey Hoyas, I'm Noah Anderson with Hoya Journalism, and I got the chance to interview 2 senior football captains and head coach Josh Cassidy about their last season. Enjoy.
One word I would use to describe the season is memorable. Being my senior season, I want to make every moment of it really last. I think I did that. Start up from summer workouts and FCA camp, all the season games. I really did everything that I could in my power to make the team better, and I have no regrets going to college.
My favorite moment was
beating Altoona in overtime, just because I hate Altoona maybe more than anyone else in the entire school. I mean, it was just crazy beating them in overtime. I probably had the best game of my life that game, so it was a great experience.
Oh, geez, it's difficult to say one favorite moment. The most favorite moment would be seeing the kids make plays, so it's not one particular moment. It's all of those moments where you see players making plays and enjoying the game. So it's not just one kid, but all of those kids in those moments.
Being my senior year, it was really awesome to be able to get out there with all my friends for one last time.
Senior year has been so exciting and has taken some unexpected turns.
No, literally, senior summer was so much fun. It was nice to not have classes the entire day.
Yes, not having classes is always such a mood changer. Like the other day when I was in 4th period and I found out we were out of school because of the Braves parade. That is the coolest thing ever.
I was shocked, but everything was so electric and exciting after the Braves won the World Series. This year, Alex is going to give us a season recap to go back and reminisce on such an amazing season.
To 2 regular season games. Yes, I was watching when we won. I was excited. No, I was not even expecting us to make it to the World Series.
Well, at the beginning of the season, I did sort of expect us to be a World Series contender. We had a lot of really good players coming back. We had all been playing really good baseball. I was really excited for the season. I thought we had a real shot. When Acuna got injured, we were already struggling a lot. A lot of things had already gone wrong, and I honestly thought Acuna's injury was just the nail in the coffin, that there was no way we could overcome that. Alex Antropoulos thought differently, and it paid off. I did go to a regular season game against the Nationals, which unfortunately we lost. It was almost unreal. It's like, oh my God, we actually did it.
Honestly, I'm very proud of the Braves because it's been a while since we got a win. And honestly, Georgia needs some boost.
That was great.
Finally, a tribulation for an Atlanta sports team. Maybe the Falcons will follow in their footsteps.
Nah, I highly doubt there's any hope for them even after that.
Well, we will take what we can get this. This was such a great year in sports, and I'm so excited to see what's to come.
Thank you for listening, guys. Make sure to get out there and support your Hoya athletics.
Now to the weather team.
Hey Hoyas!
I'm Raymond Calra.
And I'm Madison Head.
And we're the hosts of the new Harrison High School podcast, Today in 10. We upload new episodes every single week talking about our Harrison community
and our Hoya Vision community.
And we don't want you to miss out on any of it, and you can tune in anytime on
Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
And we hope to see you for our new episode next week. Bye Hoyas!
Hey Hoyas, I'm Christine Dang giving you the weather of the day and major weather events. Stay tuned to hear more about the weekday weather report and weekend weather report. You don't want to miss it. The coldest today will be 52 degrees and the hottest will be 65 degrees. There's a 60% of rain and 93% humidity this afternoon. Will be followed by a cloudy sky and some thunder later on, with wind going 5 to 10 miles per hour. Due to daylight savings, we'll be losing an hour of sunshine, so today's sunset will be at 5:29 p.m. I know, crazy. Tonight, the weather will be 65 degrees and the chance of rain will be 48% and humidity at 96%. I suggest staying inside tonight because there will be scattered thunderstorms throughout the night and wind going 5 to 10 miles per hour, and the moonrise will be at 1:02 p.m. Due to weird weather patterns coming up this week, I suggest switching your Christmas sweater to a Christmas jumper from time to time. Eliana, can you please share this week's weather report?
Monday, the sun will be out and shining. However, the high will only be 55 with a low of 33 and a 20% chance of rain. Tuesday, there's a high of 57 and a low of 36 with a 15% chance of rain. On Wednesday, it's going to be a bit warmer with a high of 62 and a low of 42 with a 10% chance of rain. Thursday will be similar, except there will be a 24% chance of rain with a high of 64 and a low of 43. On next Friday, December 17th, swing over to get some hot cocoa after school because there's no way you can avoid these temperatures with a high of 61, a low of 43, and a 24% chance of rain. I'm Eliana Jacobs with Hoya Journalist giving you the weekly weather report, and this is Caitlin Maver telling you all about
Hey Hoyas, I'm Caitlin Maver. Unfortunately, we have a big change coming up this weekend. We could see a few stray showers early Saturday morning, but they'll be short-lived and not a complete washout. Beyond that, we'll be cooler with highs struggling to get past the low 60s. A cold front arrives Sunday, bringing it with moderate to heavy rain, gusty winds, and the potential for localized flooding. We'll see spotty showers throughout the morning and afternoon, though rain bands will become more organized as we get into the late afternoon and evening hours. Enjoy your weekend. Back to desk.
And now you're caught up with Carl.
I'm Katie.
I'm also Katie.
I'm Noah.
And I'm Christine, signing off.
Happy holidays, Hoyas!